Orlando Magic fans. Let's go. Your Orlando Magic win 96-76. Destroying the defending NBA champions, holding them to 76 points. You hold them to 7 threes. They shoot 17% from three-point land. This Magic team shut the defending champs down. Just kidding. All right, we'll get that out of the way. Magic win. They beat the Celtics. This version of the Celtics, whatever that was, their second and third and fourth string Celtics, 96-76. But that is not the storyline today. The storyline today is your Orlando Magic, with this win, have clinched the 7 seed. They have clinched the Southeast Division title for the second season in a row. And they, by clinching the 7 seed, have clinched home court advantage throughout the play-in tournament. Okay, so big-time stuff tonight. Magic will host the 7-8 play-in game next Tuesday. Here, I'll throw up the information from the Magic's website. They literally just put this up. Tickets will go on sale tomorrow. Pre-sale at 10 a.m. Open to the general public at 1 p.m. If you are a diehard Magic fan, buy these tickets. Go to this game on Tuesday. It needs to be a playoff-like atmosphere. You win the game Tuesday, you advance to the playoffs. You lose the game Tuesday, and it gets very dicey on Friday. That means you get one shot on Friday. It'll be at home if that happens, but one shot on Friday. Win and you're in, lose and your season is over. All right, so let's just win on Tuesday, and I feel pretty good about that. But yeah, again, tickets go on sale tomorrow, Thursday morning. If you're listening to this later, Thursday morning, April 10th, pre-sale at 10 a.m., on sale to the general public at 1 p.m. And again, they will play either the Atlanta Hawks, the Chicago Bulls, or the dirty, stinking Miami Heat. We're going to check on their game score in just a little bit. But welcome to the show. My name's Kevin. Glad you're hanging out with us. This is the Six Man Show Postgame Live. It is our live postgame show after each and every Orlando Magic game. This is game number 80 of the regular season. 2 more left. We got Friday and Sunday, and then we have a play-in game Tuesday. Well, here's the thing, actually. Regular season ends Sunday, but because the Magic clinched the 7 seed, there will be at least 2 more games after Sunday, at least, for this season. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, again, this is our live postgame show after every Orlando Magic game right here on YouTube. So glad you're hanging out with us. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. And definitely like the stream as well. Like the stream. How many people do we have in here tonight? We've got just about 100 with us on YouTube, and more will join us here shortly as this game continues to not wind down. It's already over. But as we continue to get away from this game, more people will hop in here. But yeah, glad you're with us tonight. Let's see if we got some super chats. We do. It's our dear friend Ty, Mr. TV, says, back to 500 ball. Sometimes you have to let go of the toxic. Huh, Cole? That was wild. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was pretty... it's easy to miss. It was easy to miss. Like, Cole, obviously, he's over on the far left side of the screen on the baseline. But I saw it live. Like, I saw him turn and just... It was gnarly. And then, yeah, very funny post-game interview there with Dante where he's talking about just, getting rid of the toxicity. But you mentioned back to 500 ball. I looked it up before we started the show because I wanted to find out, when's the last time your Orlando Magic were 500 this season? And here's your answer right here. January 27th. Remember that 2 overtime loss to Miami Heat? That's the game that put you at 500. So we are now basically 2.5 months-ish since the last time this team was at 500. Pretty crazy. So yeah, you got to give this team some credit for bouncing back despite all the adversity they've faced this season, all the injuries, all those things. They've got a great record, basically, over the last, 3 weeks now. They would be, I think, 11-5 in their last 16, I think the number is. So you got to be super happy with that. Peaking I don't know about peaking. Peaking's not the right term. We peaked back in November. But getting hot at the right time, Obviously tonight, at the top of the show, and I was talking about the score and the defending champs. And obviously, I'm joking. The Magic were gifted this game tonight, right? This was a game just begging to be won. The Celtics rested literally at almost everybody. That's a regular impactful player for them. Almost everybody. They had a couple guys, but all the key guys, the stars, not playing. So Magic given a gift by the Boston Celtics tonight. And you got to give credit to the Magic for taking advantage. So win by 20. You move on to the last 2 games of the season. The other thing is it's going to be interesting. These last 2 games of the season, they mean nothing to the Magic. Nothing. They mean nothing to the Pacers, who they play on Friday. The Pacers are locked into their spot. And Sunday against Atlanta, that game could mean something to it. Likely will mean something to Atlanta, I should say. So that's the one to keep an eye on. Obviously, we'll see how the rest of the scores go over these coming days. But that's where we sit right now. All right, let's go to the chat. Let's see what the chat... Oh, wait, no. How dare me? How dare I come this far in the show and not mention our sponsors? Shout out to Rockham. This is season 2. Hard to believe season 2 with Rockham is coming to a close right now as we speak. 2 games left in the regular season, but Rockham has been an amazing partner for us. And they've also just provided a lot of really awesome Orlando Magic socks and underwear to a lot of you, but not just Magic stuff, which we've been showing off these stuffed socks for most of the season. These are new ones they dropped this year. You can always get the player socks. They've got several of these on their website. I've got a Franz pair right here. But not only do they do Magic stuff, but right now the Tampa Bay Lightning in the midst of a huge game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. In fact, I'm going to check the score. Last I saw it was 2-2. Oh, Toronto's taking the lead 3-2 with 13 minutes to go. A huge game for playoff positioning. The Lightning have already clinched the playoffs, which is very exciting, but playoff positioning very important. But anyway, shop at Rockham.com. Use this code MAGIC20. It'll get you 20% off your order all season long, and it helps out the Six-Man Show as well. So if you want to support the show, if you want to get kitted up, playoffs and at least postseason right around the corner, now's a great time to get some socks and underwear for your Orlando Magic. All right, now let's go to the chat. Let's see what we got going on here. Janine says, thank you to the New York Knicks for the overtime game. Play the song. Absolutely. Thank you for the New York Knicks for pushing them to OT last night. And I think like Jason Tatum played 44 minutes, something crazy like that. So yeah, they were never going to play their big guns tonight. If you watched the show last night, we said the same thing. So no surprises there. Also not a surprise, we have our first mention of Play the Song, which is what we will do right now. Let's go. Let's go. Play the song, baby. How many times have we played the song lately? That's 3 in a row. I know that, but 6, 7 of our last 9 games we played the song. That's pretty good. You'll take that. You'll take that. All right, back to the chat we go. Oh, man. Sauce Zone says 500 basketball, 7th seed locked, and we get to play the song. Cole Anthony with the puke and rally. Yeah, hey, shout out to him for coming back, playing in the game. Jonathan Sabo says, I am so stoked that I can represent my Magic from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Got my tickets to see the finale in Atlanta. Play the song. Let's go. Love that. There's going to be a lot of Magic fans in the building on Sunday in Atlanta, which is interesting because I think a lot of people thought that game could potentially decide, the Magic's postseason situation. But hey, look at the Magic. They've, taken care of business early. They got 2 games to chill out, but still very exciting. A lot of Magic fans are going to be there on Sunday. It'll definitely be fun. House says, what a game. Wow. Such a nail biter. Yeah, that was interesting. That was an interesting one. Again, we were gifted, not that the Magic can't beat the Celtics. Of course they can, right? Like, not that I would pick them to do that, but it's not unheard of. Obviously, we just did it, back in December, I guess it was, with no Paolo and no Franz. But yeah, when they rest literally everybody, that's a gift. Doesn't matter what team it is, Celtics or otherwise, that's a gift. Lucas Gomez says a great win for Paul Porter last regular season game. That's hard to believe, man. Hard to believe. Getting to hear him. I watch on NBA League Pass, and so on League Pass, you're right between the third and fourth quarter, you're able to hear the beginning of Star Wars music and beginning of Paul Porter's, all right, Magic fans, it's the fourth quarter. And I was locked into it tonight because I was like, man, it's hard to believe. 36 seasons. Tonight was his last regular season game. Really hard to believe. Very sad. Very sad. Let's see what else we got here. Blaze says, play the song. Absolutely. Let's go. Rome says, took care of business tonight. Southeast Division champs. Let's go. Matt Browning says, we're getting out that toxicity. 100%. Yep. Luis Rosario says, Cole giving fans in the front row a little bit extra on fan appreciation night. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they were in the splash zone for sure. For sure. Duval says, division champs 2 years in a row. Let's go. So Wavy says, hit the like button and subscribe. Let's go Magic. Yes, please do that. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Let's get other Magic fans here in our community. Always a good time. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, I can't read that. What else? Matt Browning says Tuesday needs to be rocking. Yes, absolutely. It needs to be like a playoff game. Just if you were there last year against Cleveland, which undoubtedly far and away the best atmosphere in Kia Center history, not Magic history, but Kia Center history. Good golly, that was electric. If we can bring that on Tuesday, this team is going to win. I genuinely believe that. If we can bring again, 2024 against Cleveland atmosphere to that play-in game on Tuesday, there is no shot we're losing that game. I really just don't believe it. I think the Magic are better than all three. Right now, they're better than all three of the teams that they're potentially going to face. And if you add the element of an electric, raucous home crowd, it feels like it's enough to seal the deal. But obviously, we'll see. I'm a little bit just fully transparent, and I'm going to talk about this on the Six Man Show. So, by the way, shameless plug. Right after this, Jonathan and I are going to record tomorrow's podcast. It'll go up midnight or maybe a little bit after midnight tonight. But one of the things I plan to mention on that show, and I'll give you a little sneak peek, because we've never been in play-in territory before, I'm a little skeptical that the fan base as a whole is going to show up and show out with force on Tuesday. So I'm going to say, I'm afraid it's going to be treated like just a slightly more important regular season game. Just because, I just think there's still way too many casuals. That's what I think. So we need the biggest, the best, the die-hard Magic fans there on Tuesday being loud and proud. And so if you're on the fence, let's see you out there. Quentin with Mom Spaghetti. Let's go. Little Eminem reference there. I love that. Random, but that's great. Maybe I missed something earlier in the chat, but that's pretty awesome. Matthew Garfinkel says, leaving Kia, that was fun. Yeah, good time. I also love that, there were thousands of Celtics fans that showed up tonight. They paid lots of money on the resale market, or even if they were firsthand from Ticketmaster, to not see any of the Boston Celtics star players tonight. Great. And they lost by 20, so glad they got to experience that. Hope it was worth it. Oh, man. Solitary says, happy birthday, Jeff Turner. Go Magic. Absolutely. Happy birthday, JT. I wanted to look at something. Does it say, let's see here, April 9th. Okay, yeah. So his birthday is April 9th. I caught the tail end of that conversation on the broadcast about his birthday, and I was wondering if today was actually his birthday or if it was tomorrow or something like that. But because it is someone else's birthday tomorrow. But Jeff Turner, his birthday is today. Let's see here. So Wavy says Paolo Jam of the Week. Yeah, he had a couple tonight that were pretty good. We had some good ones last night too, so that's gonna be tough. And obviously, we still got 2 games left, so we'll see what ends up being the Jam Hot Chicken Jam of the Week, the final Jam of the Week for the regular season. Steven says, "Can't wait to purchase my Southeast Champs shirt." Hey, you know what? Just for the heck of it, let's see. Does Fanatics already have that up? Let's see. I would be shocked if they already have Southeast Division champion. Yeah, they don't. Of course not. Maybe they will later. But one shirt that you can buy, and I know Steven's bought it, you can buy this one. Go to the thesixmanshow.com/shop and buy our brand new 6-man tee. It's black. It's short sleeve. It's got the sick 6th logo on the back with the logo on the front and the star on the sleeve. Yeah. Go to thesixmanshow.com/shop. Get yours. This disappears 1 week from today. It will be gone forever. You will not ever be able to buy it ever again. All right. So this is your time to pre-order sometime in the next 6 days. Again, thesixmanshow.com/shop. That was pretty smooth. I got to pat myself on the back. Got to pat myself on the back for that one. Nesta says, "How much are the tickets?" I don't know. That you'll just have to wait till tomorrow at 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. To see how much they're going to be. I literally have absolutely no idea. No clue. That will be interesting. Lucas Gomez says, "We held the Celtics to their season low. Nothing is stopping us now." Lol. That's hilarious. Yeah, it's pretty funny to look at the score and go, yeah, you beat them by 20. You held them to 76 points, but they were, obviously they were not quite the same. Not quite the same. All right. Let's we'll go through the box score a little. I mean, guys, what do we, there's not a whole lot you're going to take from this box score, but 23 points for Franz tonight, 8 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 25 minutes. That's the best number for me, are these minutes played for our starters at least. Paolo, 15 points, not his best night. 4 boards, 6 assists in 28 minutes. Wendell, 21 minutes for him. KCP, only 7 minutes, all in the first half, did not return to the game. What do they call it, a sore knee? Is that like an air quote thing? Sore knee, a.k.a. second night of a back-to-back in the game is put away at halftime. Sore knee injury, maybe? I don't know. I'm speculating. Corey Joseph played 18 minutes, just 3 points for him. Caleb Houston, 25 minutes, 5 points. AB played the most minutes tonight, 33. Cole Anthony with 18 points. I didn't know he had that many points. Wow. 18 points, 5 of 10 from 3. You got to give some credit. And 8 boards. I didn't see that either. 8 boards. Got to give some credit to Cole there. Goga was able to play tonight. We didn't see him last night, as did Tristan da Silva. And then Trevlin Queen and Jet Howard both played. The only player to not play tonight, Jonathan Isaac. DNP. I'm not going to read too much into that, though, because, well, I think we all know why. Magic won every quarter tonight. Don't know how many times we've been able to say that this season, but 27-21 in that first quarter. They really pulled away in the last couple moments of that first quarter. And then from then on, they didn't really look back. I mean, the Celtics made it a little bit interesting at the end of the second quarter after the Magic got up by what was that big lead? 23 maybe? I don't know what it was, but the Celtics got it down to 10, 12, something like that. But Magic were able to pull away and not look back after that third quarter. They led by as many as 26, 42 points in the paint for the Magic. Just 8 fast break points, but 47 bench points. Only 10 turnovers. Got to be happy with that. We probably do need to go look at the scores now because that Miami-Chicago game is going on. Let me refresh this and make sure this is accurate. And also, we need to check on the tape. Oh, we tied it up. Let's go. 3-3 Tampa has tied it up against the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'll keep an eye on that later. All right. You could not pay me any amount of money to watch either of these basketball games. 76ers, Wizards, barf. Hornets, Raptors, barf. 4 teams doing their absolute best to tank away the season, and they got to play each other tonight. So stay away from that. Instead, go watch the end of this game. I don't know if you guys watched the intros for the Mavericks-Lakers game with Luka getting the celebration video at the beginning, and that was Luka on the bench crying in his return to Dallas. Just wrecked me. Awful. But that game's close at the end of 3. That's cool. This is the game that matters, though. Not because it matters for seeding. The Magic have locked that in. But it matters for potential opponent. The Chicago Bulls currently lead the Miami Heat by 11. Now make it 14. Okay? 6 minutes to go in the third. Lots of time left on that one. But that would be a huge step for the Chicago Bulls when it comes to potentially becoming the 8 seed. So the Bulls right now, they're just a game back of the Hawks. If they win this tonight, they'll be half a game back. Pretty big. Okay, how about this scenario? It just popped in my head. Sunday, Magic play in Atlanta. What if the Magic may have control in their hands of who they're going to play in the play-in game? By this, I mean, it could come down to, this is hypothetical, could come down to Sunday, if the Hawks win, they are the 8 seed. If the Hawks lose, the Bulls are the 8 seed, right? That is a possible theory. So again, there's lots of games between now and then that'll determine if that ends up happening. But that would be very interesting. That would put the Magic in a very interesting position of, are they going to try to dictate whom they play in that play-in game, or are they just going to rest guys and say whatever? A lot of interesting calculations got to be made by this by the Magic. Let's see. All right, still nothing. That's fine. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the chat for a little bit here, and then we're gonna call it a night. Like I said, Jonathan and myself were about to record the 6-man show. We also Ben's outside of Kia tonight recording the 6-fan show, so we'll put that up much later tonight. But be on the lookout for that. Really in the morning. It won't be up at any kind of decent hour tonight. But tomorrow morning when you wake up, you'll definitely want to check that out over on YouTube. Lots of content coming your way, guys, as we wrap up this regular season. All right, back to the chat for the last final thoughts of the night. Nate Monk says, if we can go to 6 or 7 games with the Celtics, then the season was a success. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I think this Magic team is capable of pushing any opponent to 6 or 7 games, making life miserable for them. I think they're capable. I just don't think I can pick them to beat Cleveland or Boston. But anything's possible, and that would be very cool. Beating the Boston Celtics in the first round would be wild. Wild stuff. Sam says, lightning, baby, let's go. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. In fact, the second that I end this show, which is going to be in about 60 to 120 seconds, I'm going to turn the end of that game on. And maybe it'll go to overtime, and that'll be fun too. All right, let's see. Quentin says, epic tank battle. Yeah, both of those games, all 4 of those teams are a mess. Franz Boogie says, 40 wins without Suggs and Mo. Is that where we are now? That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, wait, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, 40. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes, we've hit 40 wins, did not have Suggs or Mo. Yes, absolutely. I'm wondering how many. I was thinking 40 games. I misread. But I wonder how many of those wins have come without Suggs and Mo Wagner. It's a lot at this point, just because they've been out for so long. Duval says, show up Tuesday, Orlando fans. Absolutely. Get loud, get proud. Viram says, we don't want to play the Bulls in the play-in. I agree. I don't want to play Chicago in the play-in. If I had to pick from those 3 teams, like, Miami might be first. Miami probably is first. But then it's probably Atlanta and then Chicago. I don't know, man. Chicago team scares me. Vooch coming back scares me. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Ruben says, you have won the chip, by the way. Thank you, Ruben. I missed that. Thanks for the heads up. It's hilarious. Quentin says, I want Miami. Yes. Lots of people say they want Miami. I agree. El Mexico says, believe in magic. Absolutely. What a great way to end the show. Thank you for those encouraging words. Believe. That's the mood the rest of the way. All right, guys. Again, tune into the Six Man Show tomorrow. Jonathan and I will be breaking down what the rest of the season looks like, the play-in, all that good stuff. And then, Magic are back in action Friday in Indianapolis against the Pacers. It's going to be nice. We got a couple chill games the rest of the way before things get tense next Tuesday in the play-in. We'll see you guys then. But until then, let's go Magic!